It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Aha! Take on Me. You might think to yourself, that's got to be the biggest song in Norwegian chart history, right?
No.
You might be surprised to know that a song came out in the mid-'70s that spent 61 weeks on the Norwegian chart consecutively, 14 of those at number one, and was considered the greatest hit single in the history of Norway. That would be Love Hurts by Nazareth.
Of course.
So between Love Hurts by Nazareth and Take On Me by Aha, that is your Norwegian personality in two songs. Make of that what you will. How about that for the first word of the morning?
That is hard to believe.
It's you
Love
know what?
Hurts, hard to believe.
But you know, it's an Everly Brothers song. Graham Parsons had a run with it, and my God, Nazareth knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
And they didn't even have a video like Aha had to lean on. So, I mean, go figure. I'm just wasting time. I'm just delaying. I'm waiting to say Paul Fletcher's along for the ride today.
Hi, I just wanted to say happy National Checkers Day and Dogs in Politics Day. I mean, any dog that's in politics, I think you really need to give him an extra biscuit today.
Well, I mean, I thought you were talking about Richard Nixon's famous dog Checkers. You know that he had a dog named Checkers, right?
I did not know
Oh,
that.
see, it all comes together full circle. Ryder?
It's pretty wild. I mean, I would have never thought about marrying my first cousin. It didn't really enter my mind, but, you know, hey, whatever floats your boat.
Hey, man.
And I got about 6 or 7 first cousins in the listening area, so they've been put on notice.
It's good. You know what?
Yeah.
There's nothing
Blast.
wrong with letting people know you're thinking about them.
Yes.
That's right.
I'm feeling
right.
Minnesota, Paul Fletcher. It's the top of the hour. Why don't you give me some headlines?
It doesn't get much more Minnesota than this, my friends. 3 massive local reissues are coming from The Replacements,
Yes.
Prince, and Husker Du.
3 for 3 for this guy.
Yeah.
Husker Du has a 4 LP set dropping on November 7th, highlighted by a first half performance from 1985, which was a huge year for the band in about every single way. That set is aptly titled 1985, The Miracle Year.
In 1985, just in case you're wondering, I wouldn't have robbed a bank. I would have knocked off a 7-Eleven to get Husker Du tickets.
Oh.
I never saw them live, and I spent the middle part of the 80s just thinking, why can't I ever see this band?
Yeah.
I'm looking for. I will. Yeah, that's good news.
It's I believe it's been remastered, the whole show, all that kind of stuff. Our friend Dave Perner makes an appearance in that one as well.
Bring it.
The Prince Estate has a November 21st release date set for a 2-CD, 3-LP, newly remastered version of Around the World in a Day.
Oof.
Previously released B-sides and remixes along with the Four Tears in Your Eyes song, which Prince donated to the We Are the World album.
Bring
That's
it.
nice of him.
Bring it. Bring it.
Yeah.
And The Replacements are reissuing Let It Be, an expansion of the 2008 reissue, bringing, all right, Buckle, are you sitting?
I am.
Okay. It's going to bring 36 more tracks to the party, most of which have never been released, including a 1984 concert in Chicago, which has been remastered.
I didn't know The Replacements loved me so much, and now I do.
This one is a 4 EP and 3 CD set, also coming on November 21st. So there you go. Christmas come early.
Oh, man. I've had
Yeah.
some moments with my kids over the years when they discover music on their own. It's always way better. Like, I just made sure I tried really hard never to shove music down their throats.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a handful that just jump off the page. But when young Connell Gorman, as a high school kid, came to me and he goes, wait, you like The Replacements, right? And I was like, yes. He goes, man, I've been listening to them. And I was like, yeah, really? Okay. And then he got it. And that was just the best day ever.
Nice.
I love that.
Bring on extra Let It Be. Thank you.
Heck yeah. Great white sharks are heading north, spending more time in the waters off New England and Canada's Atlantic coast. Wow, it's crazy to me. We're seeing more and more white sharks every year, says James Sulakowski, a marine biologist. Sightings of great white sharks are on the rise in places like Maine, where they were previously very uncommon. The increase in great white shark sightings is attributed to the growing seal population in the region. I mean, follow the food.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy, though.
See, that's funny. I always think of great whites as being cold weather fish.
Of course.
Like, I mean, Jaws is off the coast of that's Long Island, right? Or well, I guess in the book it was Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
Yeah. Cape Cod.
But yeah, I would have just thought that's where they go. But then at the end, but see, here it is. Here I learn something new every day.
Yeah, but aren't all the documentaries like off the coast of like Africa and Australia
down
and stuff?
the southern tip of Africa? Yeah, great whites in Australia. It's a little warm down there. You're right.
But still, I mean, anyway, that's crazy, though. But it makes sense, things change. Nick Jonas has been cast to portray KISS frontman Paul Stanley in the biopic Shout It Out Loud.
Wow.
The flick is it that off, though? I mean...
No, it's not off at all. I actually know what Nick Jonas looks like, and I could immediately imagine him in the Starman.
I think, actually. The flick will focus on the first 4 years of KISS, highlighting the band's formation and the early friendship between Stanley and Simmons. Production is set for late 2025 or early 2026. And the film's production timeline has been adjusted a little, I guess, to allow Nick Jonas time to train for the vocal demands of the role.
Wow.
Vocal demands.
Okay. I thought you had to train to just get that chest hair right, just in place.
Yeah.
That'll take forever.
There's so many. There's countless Gene Simmons quotes that are just hilarious and will forever be because Gene is so about Gene.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite ever, and I believe it was either Behind the Music or something like that on VH1 back in the day. It was a History of KISS, and he was talking about when he first met Paul Stanley, and I love this quote. He goes, "And I got together and he played me some of his songs and I thought, oh my God, this guy writes better songs than me." That's the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Do you, right off the top of your head, either of you have any thoughts on who could play Gene Simmons? Sorry.
What do you?
It's got to be. I'm just immediately got to have a little bit of size. He's a taller guy. Gotta have.
Nothing comes to the top. No, there's nothing. There's nothing. That's why I thought. Well,
I mean, as long as it's not Timothée Chalamet, I'm good.
He's a little too dainty, I think. Probably.
My face. Yeah. Ugh.
He's a little too teeny.
No, he's gonna be Peter Criss. Just picture him singing Beth.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
How about Travis Kelce?
Brings a tear to the eye.
I just made that one up.
That would work.
That would work.
This just in. Breaking yet his another retirement announcement. Daniel Day-Lewis will be Gene Simmons.
Oh,
I mean, my God, what can't the man do?
Right?
He's actually he actually has a film coming.
Yeah,
that looks interesting.
His son directed it.
That's
he came out of retirement to make yet another film.
And he's going to do Gene Simmons too, huh? Wow.
I love DDL. He's like the Who of actors. I'm retired. Until duty calls again.
Until there's a Netflix biopic about KISS, and I'll play Gene Simmons.
Yeah, he could do it, too.
He could.
He could absolutely do it.
Starting late last night, the entire Metro Blue Line closed down until Saturday, October 4th. The closure is part of the new, quote, Renew the Blue project. It's a multi-year effort to improve, upgrade, and maintain the line. Replacement buses will be available to travelers through Metro Transit. Officials are urging riders to plan ahead as trips are expected to take longer than usual.
Oh, damn. The whole thing? The whole Blue Line is shut down?
That's what they're saying. The whole thing. They're replacing some parts of the track, updating the buses, whatnot, or the trains, I should say, whatnot. So, it's the whole thing.
General pro tip, if you're going to go with a light rail system, just blanket the whole city or don't even bother. A couple lines here and there. It's like, no, man, you got all that startup cost. Just go ahead and put that bad boy everywhere.
I mean, I think eventually that is the plan, but we're probably going to be dead by the time that happens, just to be honest.
Something tells me that's not happening overnight.
Yeah, probably not. Amid an intensifying backlash, Jimmy Kimmel Live going to return to ABC tonight following a week-long suspension. An ABC spokesperson said, quote, last Wednesday, we made the decision to suspend production on the show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country. We have spent the last days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy, and after those conversations, we reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday. The suspension began after FCC Chair Brandon Carr threatened ABC's affiliate licenses.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Money, 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 money!
That's all it is.
Money!
It also goes... Go ahead.
Anybody else notice how the boycott was up just in time for people to watch Monday Night Football?
That's damn right.
Yeah.
You know what, though? I mean, it goes to show you can make a difference. Just cancel your subscription if you don't need, because like you said, money.
That's it.
Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of Darkness, passed away back on July 22nd at the age of 76. Fans, of course, worldwide paid tribute to the heavy metal icon. Well, even the guards at Buckingham Palace got in on the tribute during a changing of the guard a few weeks back. The band of the Coldstream Guards honored Ozzy with their version of Paranoid. Check it out.
That's exactly what I imagine that would sound like.
I mean, but imagine walking by and all of a sudden the guard busts into Paranoid. Like, it's probably the last thing you expected to see at Buckingham Palace.
It's a different realm with King Charles in charge.
That's right. A 175-pound bear was caught on video roaming the aisles of a Dollar General in New Jersey last Tuesday. We've got cop cam audio along with a witness who got emotional over the ordeal.
This is not good. Come on, come with me. He's going through the front of the store. Clear the front of the store. There's people in the store. I would rather get the bear out of the store, have them follow me out.
They kind of like pawed at each other for a little bit. The bear got on top of them. My guys were outside, luckily enough. They got the bear distracted long enough to get my dog on a leash.
My heart just sank. I got tears in my eyes. I'm tearing up now thinking about it. I asked the cop, was that just a tranquilizer or did you have to shoot him? And he said we had to shoot him. And I started crying.
Just crying over the bear. It was going to eat the dog.
It was going after a pet.
Choices. Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, it's when we go into their territory, we sometimes get attacked.
Sure.
Come into our territory, things happen.
I'm always fascinated by people who put, like, say, a second syllable on the word store. Store. Came in the store.
Yeah.
There's a good W at the end of that word, though. So.
Yeah, I've been going to Dollar General for years, just hoping to see a black bear, and finally it happens. The one time I do, and they got to shoot him. I mean, what's the world coming to?
I know.
I tell you what, man. Can you imagine going into a store or being outside of a store and a bear walks out and then jumps on your dog? That would be pretty. I mean, that guy was like calmly discussing it afterwards, but man, if a black bear comes at Chauncey, I don't know that I wouldn't be getting involved in that scuffle myself.
Yeah.
I think instincts would just do it. You wouldn't think, you just do.
We walked out last night, like last chance, go get a pee before bed for the young lad. Open the door. And what's going right down our street? Not a black bear, but I'll have to look at the video I made on my phone. At least a dozen guys on mini bikes, most of them doing wheelies, all together.
A mini bike gang, huh?
Yeah, mini bike gang. And I was like, what the? And Chauncey is a guy who's on the record is really not liking two-wheeled motorized vehicles.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was so overwhelmed. He just stood there. He didn't even bark. He didn't howl. He didn't he was just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And I was just holding that leash going, oh, thank God for the gentle leader. My shoulder would be out of joint if he was on a chain right now.
When you said phone footage, I thought for sure you were going to say Sasquatch. Damn it.
Not yet.
One day.
Springs eternal.
It'll happen.
It will happen. Let's talk sports.
Yes.
The Minnesota Twins' Royce Lewis, remember him?
Yep.
Had a pinch hit home run on Sunday in the final home game of the season.
Okay.
And he said two things. I didn't see this quote until today. He said his grandma called him and said, hey, hit it like you're hitting on my birthday. And every time I play on her birthday, I hit a home run, and I got one, so that was nice.
Oh, cool.
And then he said, it was also kind of, emotional because you never know if it's going to be your last bat here. And what, you think you're going to be traded? He goes, hey, you never know. I mean, I don't know what to expect. I have no illusions. When Royce Lewis is like, yeah, I don't know, probably could have been the last one. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
He was the number one pick of the draft like 5 minutes ago, and now he's already looking. He's still got 3 years till free agency, but he realizes the Twins will trade. Why, the Twins would trade their mother for a young talent. Anyway, it's just one of those things.
Not exactly stable there.
It takes exactly one football game for a quarterback controversy to erupt in any NFL city, and of course, Minneapolis is no different. O'Connell yesterday fielded a million questions. What about Carson Wentz? Is it going to be Wentz? Is it going to be Wentz? Is it going to be McCarthy? What about Wentz? What about Wentz? And basically, he just kept saying the same thing over and over. Look, we can't make any decisions until JJ's healthy again.
Yeah.
Carson had one game. It was a good game, but we have to see what's going to happen. The one thing that jumps off the page to me is McCarthy got rid of the ball in his snaps in 8 quarters of football. He threw the ball left his hand 17% of the time in less than 2.5 seconds.
Okay.
Wow.
Carson Wentz,
Real
60% of the time. Much quicker decision making,
Yeah,
much quicker
All right.
whipping the ball around the field. And that really is a huge difference here. I mean, there's veteran play, there's a young guy. Basically, in his rookie year, you expect to see some discrepancies, but that's kind of monumental.
Yeah.
The Steelers, I'm not worried about, but we got to play the Cleveland Browns
Their defense
in a couple weeks.
Which
Did you
shockingly is gonna
notice what they just did
scary.
to Green Bay?
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. They're no joke on the defensive side, right?
No, they are not a joke at all. So Carson Wentz, if he wants to maintain the starting role, he's got to win. He's got to win all the games. He's got to look good doing it because they have invested in JJ. It just comes down to a business decision. You're going to put the kid back in
100%.
unless Carson runs the table.
Yep.
The Minnesota Lynx are back in action tonight at 6:30. Real important to not have a sluggish start. This has been something the team's been doing all year long, and we've talked about it. They flipped that switch, but in the playoffs, you don't want to rely on that. And Phoenix is a strong team. I just hope to see the Lynx come out of the gate tonight. Play that first quarter like it's the third quarter.
Yeah.
Ladies, let's get a jump. Let's the second half comebacks are fun, but not through the WNBA playoffs. They're not. They're a little too grueling for everybody.
Good call. Good call.
Looking back in history, speaking of women in sport, on this day in 1992, and I can't believe this is 33 years ago, a Canadian woman named Manon Rhéaume started between the pipes for the Tampa Bay Lightning in a preseason game against St. Louis. That was 1992.
I know
that happened.
It's crazy.
Wow. She allowed 2 goals on 9 shots. She was lifted in the first quarter with the game tied at 2. She played another exhibition game a year later for the Lightning. That was the only 2 times she ever appeared. That's as far as any woman's ever gotten in the 4 major sports.
Yeah.
Manon Rhéaume went on and had a fine career afterwards, but that's what she's most known for. And that feels like 5 minutes ago to me.
Yeah, I
33
I
years.
guess you think about it. It's kind of nuts that we haven't seen another woman like, I mean, they've come up in the coaching ranks now in the NHL.
Sure.
That's going on, but
and in the NBA,
not on the ice.
I don't know if she's ever been to Medina, Minnesota. Maybe she stopped by.
Who knows?
Miss Rhéaume?
Yeah. I mean, Minnesota's she's a Canadian hockey gal. Minnesota's a hockey state. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know what's
Medina's
funny?
a fun place.
Yeah.
We didn't plan this, but I was looking at some interesting facts about Medina.
Yeah.
Their early settlers were French Canadian, so maybe she has been there.
See where I'm going? See where I'm taking that?
Unbelievable.
All comes full circle
You know
around
so much
here.
stuff.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Thursday. That is September 25th. That is 2 days from right now.
Yeah, it
At
is.
5:30 p.m. 5:30 p.m. we are going to head over to the Eagle Street, St. Paul, at the former site of the Apostle Supper Club, right across the street from the X, from the Grand Casino Arena, before the Wild's first preseason game and first home game. We're going to hang out there about 5:30, and we would love to have you join us.
Hell yeah.
The whole thing is kind of cool. I mean, Eagle Street was on the corner where Zamboni's Pizza is now. Eagle Street was a staple for Wild games for a lot of years, and then it went away, and it was a little mysterious, quite honestly. And then Apostle Supper Club went away, and now Eagle Street is back, so it's kind of an exciting reopening, if you will.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm down.
We're going to be hanging out with our friend and promotions director, Amy Mousy. She's got some tickets to upgrade you to hang out in the suite if you're going to the preseason game.
Oh,
you want to come by
nice.
and see us. Get them while they last or whatever. But we'll be chit-chatting and having beers and apps and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's go. The Eagle Street, 5:30 on Thursday.
Cool.
Come by and say, hey, I get up every morning, I have a cup of coffee. Ryder, are you a coffee drinker?
Oh, hell yeah, but only iced coffee.
Only iced coffee.
Yeah.
Fletcher, no coffee at all.
No coffee at all. Occasional Diet Dew, but mostly just water.
Okay. All right. So, do you get caffeine in any way, shape, or form in a day?
I mean, from the Diet Dew, if I have
you
that. Other than that, no, I don't really need it. So I'm a little too hyper as it is.
Oh, bless your heart. Man, I wish what I would give to not need it.
Too good for caffeine.
I kicked it this spring and then went right. I was like a couple months off, and then I was like right back on the horse.
I was wondering. Coffee cups started showing up again every day. I was like,
how
what's
it goes.
going on?
In the southern part of Missouri. Now, Missouri is this godforsaken area to the south of us. It's just, I've spent a lot of time there, and I a lot of people I love from there, so I don't mind ripping it apart at all times.
It's who Iowa makes fun of.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they do.
God-forsaken, though?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That's the land God forgot. Trust me.
Oh, my God.
They in southern Missouri, which is like the Ozarks, that's southern Missouri, northern Arkansas, western Tennessee. It's all the same region, if you will. The lakes aren't clear. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
You see videos of people in the summer, and they're all out on the lakes on the Ozarks, and it just looks like mud water.
Yeah.
Because it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I got a little, not my favorite part of the world. They've got a whole new thing going on right now they call heavy soda.
Okay.
Heavy soda. It's fountain drinks, soft drinks.
Okay.
No, man, you know what? The way they want you to drink it, that's not enough for us in southern Missouri. We're going to add to it. Now, it should be noted that in St. Louis, Missouri in 1904 at the World's Fair, that's where the first ever iced tea was introduced.
Oh.
So they do have a history of bringing new beverages to the fore. But still, so what you got is a bunch of gas stations in the southern part of the state with fountain drinks, soft drinks. They figured out how to get more syrup, less carbonated water in that fountain combination. First things first, ever been drinking a soft drink and thought, I just need more of this sweet stuff and less of the carbonation?
No, I mean, but there is definitely, you can notice when the mix is different.
Oh, sure.
And when it's right, it's so damn good.
I've had it the other way.
Where it's too
many
watery.
times. You go to a fountain drink and then it's like, where's the syrup in here?
ran out.
But the idea of intentionally doubling and tripling your syrup quotient, I mean, I that's like the kind of thing I would think you just do when you lose a bet.
For sure.
Right. Well, but the gas station is the one that has the control, or the vendor's the one. So why do I feel like this? If this continues to go viral, I bet you what you're going to see is you're going to see a fountain and then a fountain next to it with extra syrup, and it's going to cost more money.
Well, sure.
Watch for it. I guarantee you.
It'll legit be more expensive.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
It will certainly will be
part of the drink. So
True.
There you go.
I always think about that if I get a fountain drink, and it's always now $2.79, and I think this costs them cents, as in 6 cents.
Yeah.
You're just talking about just drops of liquid, and man, no one thinks
You're
about
going
how much
wrong
that stuff
gas
is.
stations.
I guess I am.
Yeah, mine are. When I do this, I don't do it too often. When I do, it's 99 cents still.
I'm really thinking more like when you run into like a Jimmy John's, get a sandwich.
Then you're 100%. Yeah, 100%.
You're getting crushed for that.
Yeah.
I'm not a soft drink guy anymore. I used to, though. I don't know about this Diet Dew, but just straight up Mountain Dew. Now 40 years ago, I would have absolutely heavy syrup to Mountain Dew just to see what would happen.
Oh yeah.
That would have been fun.
Heck yeah.
I can see that.
That was before coffee made sense to me. I was just crank a couple Mountain Dews on the way to class.
I mean, I can see the heavy soda being super good. It's just going to be like, that more syrup in there, like if you have a sweet tooth, it's going to hit that sweet tooth. That's for sure.
This is what happens when the fountain is broken. Like, I've had to taste this because I worked at a restaurant, and and somebody will come up and say, hey, this tastes funny, and then you taste it and it's just like burnt sugar and mud, and you're like, oh, I need to call the Coke repairman.
That's right.
That's what's happening.
I guess this is basically, if this were coffee, it'd be a red eye. It's just espresso added to your coffee, which, by the way, done that many times.
So we could just call this a double shot soda.
I guess that's what that would be.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Have you done it out of joy or out of necessity?
No, just out of necessity.
Okay.
Sometimes you're just like, I really need, and then it dawned on me, no, what I really need is I do the double espresso first, knock that whole thing back, and then follow it up with coffee.
Holy Hannah!
And then I'm real fun to be around.
I bet.
What's a hack you have, Paul?
When I go to movie theaters, they have the freestyle machines, because I have to have a soda during a movie.
Got it.
Whether it's Pepsi or Coke, I generally prefer Pepsi. If you want to not have too much sugar, do a little bit of Pepsi along with Pepsi Zero or Diet, because it'll give you just a little bit of that natural flavor, if you will, without all of the sugar.
I think you're overthinking this, man.
My option.
Not really. Okay. No, not actually. If you get a giant soda at the movie theater, it's about 655 million grams of sugar.
Why don't you just go with the Coke Zero or the Pepsi Zero?
Because I just said why. Because the sugared version brings a little more of that natural flavor in that that you want.
I know this. When I see Pepsi, I just have water.
What?
But that's just me.
What is wrong with you?
It's swill. Coca-Cola,
come on now.
Royal Crown Cola, that's your only cola option. There's no Pepsi-Cola in this guy's life.
Well. Yes. If you've lived in Atlanta for any amount of time, I think that's a mandatory requirement.
It's just how that goes.
They just call all colas down there. It's like have a Coke, right?
Everything's a Coke in the South.
That's what I thought. Okay.
You want a Coke? Yeah, give me a Dr. Pepper. That's a very standard conversation.
Fair enough.
Do you want a Coke? Yeah, give me a Sprite.
Yeah.
That
So
makes
weird.
perfect sense down there.
Interesting.
I was in this will sound really hoity-toity, and it is. I was in the Basque region of Spain, in a town, and at an amazing restaurant. Spanish food is just the best in the planet. It's funny, it's a secret no one seems to know.
Yeah.
I certainly didn't. I'm in a city called Vitoria, and I have this restaurant, and everything there, the meal is just right away. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so great. It's going to be so great. And the promoter at the gig, he's like, oh, you got to have a drink of the calimosto or calimosto, something like that. And I was like, what's that? He goes, oh, it's a drink we drink. And he brings this, and it looks like red wine, sort of dark, deep red wine. And I took a sip. I was like, wow, that's different. It's really good. It's because it's red wine and Coca-Cola.
No.
Really?
Mixed together. And they've been drinking it there for 100 years. And I was like, I wish I didn't know what it was because it was really good until I heard what it was. There was something about, can you do that?
They just did.
Is that okay? And they do, and man, it works. Maybe, I've never tried it anywhere else. I could easily try it at home, but I'd mess it up somehow. But boy, when you're in Spain and someone hands you that, gulp it.
That's like a next level sangria or something,
That's exactly right.
So Coke and red wine served over ice. Did you have it over ice?
I had it over ice.
Wow.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, that does sound good.
Yeah.
Every snobby wine person that I know is throwing up in their mouth right now.
Yeah.
I'm not a snobby wine person, but I wanted to throw up in my mouth. I mean, I just was like, there's something wrong with that until you taste it, and then you're like, it makes these patatas bravas go down so easily. The guys in U2, when they look back on their life before U2, they you sit around and talk about what was the last job you had. They didn't have any. They were like 15 when they started that band.
Really?
Yeah.
They were 15 and 16 years old.
Bono didn't work at the Sunglass Hut?
I don't think he did.
No?
No, he locked down a deal later with the Sunglass Hut.
Say he had to have. He always had sweet shades.
They might have had little neighborhood jobs, I guess, to make a little money. But, I mean, they never had a job because by the time they were all graduating high school, they were already playing in the band and pursuing record deals. I mean, I look back and I always think they're the most successful band ever because of that.
Sure.
Right.
Same four guys. They started at 15. I think one of them was 16. The other three are 2 and 2, but 16 and 15. And they've only been in that one band their whole life.
Yeah.
That's winning the game early and then just continuing to play because you can, essentially.
Unbelievable, really.
But that's very rare. Not too many people can say they never had jobs before stardom called, if you will. Tom Morello, Rage Against the Machine.
Yes.
Rage Against the Machine, whatever you think of that band, whatever you think of Tom Morello, I promise you, you will be surprised to know that for a while before he put Rage Against the Machine together, after graduating from Harvard, he was an exotic dancer. Tom Morello, politically savvy, activist, very, very bright guy. Yes, this, that, and the other, was dancing at bachelorette parties for the ladies to bring home the bacon, if you will.
He was Magic Mike?
He was Magic Mike.
Before Magic Mike was Magic Mike?
You just think of the way he spoke, and everything was very articulated and this and that, and he's wanging the dong around.
He was doing what he had to do. Said he never wanged it. He got down to boxer shorts. That's as far as he would go.
Oh, all right.
Still.
But
I would go to that bachelorette party.
He and a few friends, the goal his buddies had, they needed to save up money to buy a hot tub for their house. And once they had enough, he said he quit doing the exotic dancing.
I mean, once you have a hot tub, really,
I guess
what more do you need, really?
I can't imagine ever deciding that anything's a hot tub. What? Really?
I gotta put up my share, and he had to find a way to do it.
Mr. Ryder wants a hot tub real bad.
Really?
And I don't know if he wants it this bad, but I'm gonna float the suggestion to him. And see where we go with that.
I'll keep an eye on the text line. Every now and then we hear from him.
Not the only rock star who was shaking it before making it. Courtney Love, singer of the band Hole.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Kurt Cobain's wife, very famously was a stripper for years. Not just in Los Angeles, Portland, Oregon. She was bouncing her way around the West Coast, doing what she had to do.
I think use that on stage and then added a bunch of 4-letter words, because when you're at the strip club, you're not allowed to tell people to F off and that sort of thing.
That's very true.
Yeah,
that's very true. I do see a list here. Axl Rose. Not only did he work at a Tower Records, apparently he was a manager at a Tower
running
Records.
The joint.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine calling in sick to Axl? Hey, Axl, I'm not feeling so good this morning.
Yes.
Axel on the phone.
Can you imagine Axel calling you to cover for somebody who is sick?
Oh, my God.
How do you say no to that one?
Who put these records in the S bin? This is a T band. Yes. Does that start with S or does that start with T? I'd be freaking out. Various S.
Yeah.
This is television, not Slayer. What's the matter with you? Kurt Cobain, janitor.
Do you think in this Smells Like, as soon as I saw this, the first thing I thought of is that there's a janitor very prominently showcased in Smells Like Teen Spirit in the video. I wonder if that's an odd nod.
A nod, if you will.
Good Lord.
Okay.
To his previous job.
Yeah, I think so. A couple more that are worth sharing. They're the two best ever, by the way. And they both check out. I just thought of another artist that there's no way they ever held a job, and that would be Lenny Kravitz. He was just Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
Really? You don't think that he was getting down with Tom Morello at the bachelor parties? Doing
you know what? I could actually see
male
that.
strippers?
No, I could see that.
There's actually a shy guy in his private life.
I'm sure, but
I'm
it's
just making that
so
up.
comfortable in the fishnet
Oh,
shirts.
he would be. I'm not. No, he wasn't doing it because he needed the money. He was doing it because he just was doing it. There's a big
I
difference.
Suppose, yeah.
Big difference.
You're not getting paid. It's not a job.
I do think I could see Stevie Nicks at the Mr. Movies, though, once upon a time.
Lenny Kravitz has a bike courier in New York City. Just don't see it.
Yeah, that.
I just don't see it. No, man. He's just
God,
too.
I thought you were going to say that was one he
too
could
busy
do.
being fabulous. What?
You go.
You want me to go?
Yes.
Noel Gallagher from Oasis. He was a guitar tech for a band called In Spiral Carpets. A Manchester band, In Spiral Carpets.
Spiral Carpets?
In Spiral Carpets.
That's a horrible band name.
It sure is.
Yeah.
And he came to America for the first time as a roadie, a guitar tech for this band. And he had plans to just be a guitar tech. He thought, this is great. I get to see the world. I'm traveling on someone else's dime.
Yeah.
And he returned home after one of his many tours, and his brother had started Oasis and said, why don't you play with us? And, one thing leads to another. Another guy who was actually roadie before he was rock star, our buddy Lemmy.
Oh, yes.
Lemmy was not a roadie for In Spiral Carpets.
No.
Lemmy was working for Jimi Hendrix.
That's right.
That's unbelievable.
Bingo! That makes perfect sense to me.
Holy buckets.
I can't remember if it was while he was playing in Hawkwind too, but a really spacey band.
Oh, Hawkwind was...
Yes.
I remember the first time I connected that was the same guy. Wait, the guy from Motorhead was in Hawkwind? It's like, that doesn't add up at all.
Wow.
Yeah, go down a Hawkwind rabbit hole one day and you'll be like, I'm sorry, I'm what am I missing here?
Interesting.
But the all-time greatest ever. I mean, sorry, it's just basic stuff. The King of Darkness himself, everybody's Uncle Ozzy. Ozzy Osbourne, before Black Sabbath, had a brief stint in a slaughterhouse.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And he was legit cutting open carcasses of cows. I mean, is there anything more just perfect than the fact that Ozzy, that man, spent time doing that work?
I know. Him with the entrails in his hands and that giant Ozzy grin on his face.
See? It just makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Rock stars, they're just like us if we had to work the worst job on earth.
Yeah. Good Lord. He was just such a kind of a bubbly, sweet guy, though, at the same time. You know what I mean? So it's that juxtaposition, I guess, is,
But he was bubbly sweet in the way you can only be when you've come from hell.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Post-war Birmingham and then Slaughterhouse, nothing any of us can even begin to approximately relate to or even imagine, something tells me.
I had to have shaped him as an artist.
No question about it.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Okay, college football. Lots of traditions in college football.
Of course.
Right. There's the old steal the mascot.
Yep.
There's the whole give the other fan base the wrong placards. So they hold up signs that they think say we're going to win, and instead they say we suck. The old classics.
Trickery, yeah.
The Miami Hurricanes have stumbled into a new one, however, that's got some real old world roots, I would imagine.
Okay.
This is a weird one. The Miami Hurricanes have started to, after they defeat your team, they will then, in the locker room while celebrating, eat the mascot of the team they just vanquished.
What?
As in this.
What?
They beat the Florida Gators on Saturday. So after the game, they had a big spread of barbecued gator.
I like it.
I kind of like it.
Yes.
Now they looking at their schedule as we move ahead.
Okay.
They play Louisville very soon and Stanford, but the Louisville Cardinals, and then there's the Stanford singular Cardinal. Now, I don't know much about what those beautiful red birds taste like. But as a I'm from Kentucky. That's the state bird of Kentucky. You're going to offend a lot of people. In fact, 7 states list the cardinal as their official state bird. Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, North Carolina, Ohio, Virginia, and West Virginia. So tread lightly, Hurricanes. You're going to piss off a lot of people roasting up some cardinals.
Do you think they do chicken and call it cardinals?
No, I mean, foul.
You got to do it right, man.
They're not. There's no way they're grilling up cardinals.
You never know.
What? No.
Why not?
Commit to it. Commit to it. Put some buffalo sauce on it. You're fine.
If you can catch a gator, you can catch a cardinal.
Hell yeah.
Always look for the tufted titmouse. If you see a cardinal, there's a titmouse nearby. Don't forget. They travel in pairs.
They do.
They're like Bonnie and Clyde. Mm-hmm. They're like gentlemen of the road, con artists, grifters. Uh-huh. There's the mark, and then there's the guy you think. Yeah,
sure.
That's just me and birds.
Do they have any other animals on their schedule?
By the way, oh yeah, they're playing Southern Methodist University. The Mustangs.
Ooh,
how about a little horse meat for the Miami Hurricanes?
They could import horse from Iceland, I suppose. That's the cow of meat over there.
I've had a shank of horse. In Belgium I had a steak of horse I was midway through before anyone told me it was cheveux. Le cheveux. How do you like your cheveux? I was like, well, I liked it fine till you told me what it was.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they play North Carolina State, the Wolfpack.
We don't eat dogs in this country.
Do you think there's a chance they could bring the wolf in? Maybe the wolf would make a tasty pork chop. Man,
wolf chops.
I want to see them work their way through a good old-fashioned wolf. We'll see. But it's actually the wolf pack, so you're going to have to bring you got to get a bunch of them in.
Yeah, I don't like this.
What? Yeah. I think the Gophers got to start doing this. I don't know if they have the guts to eat Badger, though. And what happens when they beat the Hoosiers? And you're just getting into cannibalism.
I guess you are. That's a good point.
Wow.
Good luck beating Michigan, trying to get a Wolverine corralled. Those guys, they don't care.
Probably going to lose that one.
Yeah, you're not going to do well against a Wolverine.
No.
Hey, Adam Sandler's coming to town, and we, because we're so cool, want to give away some tickets. We're going to play a game for Adam Sandler tickets. It's called Wisconsin, Texas, Florida.
Yes.
WTF. Adam Sandler on October 22nd will be at the Grand Casino Arena. Mm-hmm. Wow. And we want to give away a couple of tickets. So we're going to do that by playing a game called WTF, Wisconsin, Texas, Florida. We're going to play you some news drops. 3 stories that happened either in Wisconsin or Texas or Florida.
Copy.
It could be 1 from each. It could be 2 from one. It could be all 3 from the same state. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to listen to these clips. This is, and then we will ask you to call in. The first caller who calls in and correctly identifies all 3 will pick up the tickets. But right now, this is what we call Steve's edition this week. I got the. I'm on the hook for these. So let's get you started. Here's a situation involving a standard normal thing that went a little awry. It's just a simple, someone wanted to have a turkey. They were thinking, how do we create a perfect turkey meal? And it did not go quite as planned.
All right, James, thank you. A turkey brined in tequila is believed to have started an oven fire last night. Fire responded around 6:15 last night to Old Middleton Road for a report of a turkey on fire. The 911 caller told officials they were cooking when the oven door blew open. Crews responded to the oven fire and oven again, and blue flames came out, so they took it out of the apartment. Firefighters believe the vapors from the alcohol were not being ventilated from the oven, so when exposed to oxygen, they ignited. The kitchen and the oven were not damaged.
Turkey and tequila.
Turkey brined in tequila.
Wait a minute.
Oh, man.
The kitchen and the oven were not damaged?
Listen. I mean, maybe they coated the walls in tequila. It was a fire retardant somehow.
Then again, that dude felt like he was lost the entire broadcast.
Man, we got to hit up our friend Elizabeth Reese, I think is really into the brining of the birds and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Get her thoughts on this one. Turkey and tequila. Okay.
Man, I like that one. All right. So there's story number 1. Here's another one. Gentleman behind the wheel of a car. He's trying to impress people. The old-fashioned burnout. Show them what's under the hood.
Hell yeah.
Well, he was showing off. At least that's what police and say about him when he got the wrong kind of attention, and it ended up landing him behind bars. Tonight he faces a number of charges after burning out of an intersection.
And as Fox 13's Kimberly Quizon reports, the police chief calls the driver's stunt stupid.
The driver behind the wheel of this truck, waiting to turn onto Avenue early Sunday morning, caught the attention of police for all the wrong reasons.
I always talk about decisions. This guy made a decision to, one, drive drunk. He then drove at officers. He then recklessly drove down where there's a lot of pedestrians leaving bars.
Officers with the police department's crime reduction team were just down the street and heard the truck's engine revving up. They caught up to it just as it was burning out. The marks still remain.
100+ feet of burnout.
Oh,
that's going to be thousands of dollars in damage to the crosswalk, the man hours to come out to clean it up. It's just stupid decisions.
And the reason for it, 28-year-old Juan Leon told officers it was to, quote, impress girls.
Yeah, that's stupid. Yeah. Do something smarter. Do something better.
Instead, Chief Josh Kramer says Leon now faces multiple charges for not only DUI and reckless driving, but 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, aka his truck, for nearly hitting those trying to enjoy a night out.
If you do something like that to try to get attention, the only attention you're going to get is of law enforcement.
And you can bet they won't be impressed. In Kimberly Quizon, Fox 13 News.
Well, now hold on. Some of the arresting officers
county jail and has pleaded not guilty. He will be back in court late this month for his arraignment.
Some of the arresting officers could have been women, and they could have been impressed. You don't know.
I'm just saying, I can't speak for all women, but a 100-foot burnout is very impressive to me.
That's what I was just gonna say. Like, especially if he's driving intoxicated, to hang on to a burnout for 100 feet. That's
pretty good.
Not too shabby.
Pretty good. Okay, and then
my last one.
Finally, here's your last one.
Okay.
Traveler returning home, international flight, coming home, glad to be home. But then, of course, your bags do get screened when you come through customs.
Yes.
And one thing leads to another.
Screeners see a lot of things at International, but this has got to be a new one. What appears to be human remains were uncovered in a passenger's suitcase. Fox 13's Aaron Mesmer is at International for us tonight. Aaron, is this really what it looks like?
Allie, those are the human remains that Customs and Border Protection says they found in someone's luggage as they were getting screened coming in from somewhere else in the world. You can imagine what must have been going through their minds. May have been pretty similar to what we saw when we showed those photos to travelers.
These are the kinds of images that would make a lot of people react just like this.
What the hell? What the hell?
The photos came from a social media post from Customs and Border Protection's Director of Operations, Carlos Martel. He wrote on X, quote, "From cigars to bones, what started as a passenger declaring just 10 cigars at International Airport turned bizarre." Martel continued, CBP specialists uncovered what looked like human remains, including part of a skull wrapped in foil in a duffel bag.
That's not normal. And why is that in your luggage? And what did you do? And who did you do it to?
A lot of questions from travelers just hearing about the news Friday.
Where are you coming from? Like, and you decided to carry human remains with you. Like, why?
That's disgusting. I can't even lie. I can never imagine opening the bag and seeing that in there.
Authorities say they also found some prohibited plants and undeclared cigars. According to the post, the traveler claimed the items were for rituals, but due to serious health risks, they were seized and destroyed. Although since then, a Homeland Security spokesperson wouldn't confirm the status of the remains. Investigators also aren't saying where the passenger came from, where they were going, and if they were detained. Some travelers hope authorities can get some answers.
We have different cultures and things like that sort, but not with human remains. Like, it's still wrong.
And the answers to many of these unanswered questions are going to have to come from the Department of Homeland Security. We just don't know when that might happen. At this point, Allie, all they're saying is that this is an ongoing investigation.
Wow. Okay. Sort of at a loss for words with this one. All right, Aaron, thank you.
I'm just hung up on these undeclared cigars.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, my God.
Best part of the whole story is, what did you do and who did you do it to?
Yeah, that's pretty great. That was just a bystander. What do you think of these?
Oh, my gosh.
Where are you coming from? Who is that? What'd you do? Who'd you do it to? That's like my buddies, the Schouses, the Schouse boys. We used to always party at the Schaus house, aptly named. Their mom Nita was the woman with 1,000 questions. Where are you going? Who's going to be there? Who's driving? Now who's not somebody?
What'd you do? Who'd you do it to?
Whose phone number? Who'd you do it to? What'd you do? What'd you do? We always every time we'd ever seen Nita, it was always like you're going to get grilled with all the questions.
I will say I also like the news guy who said coming from somewhere else in the world.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't be bothered to figure out where he was coming from.
Nikki in Maple Grove apparently has unlocked the key. What am I trying to say? She's got
Cracked
the
the
answers
code.
right.
She's cracked the code.
Thank you. I knew there was a word there. Crack the code.
She unbuttoned the pants.
So very well done, Nikki. Let's recap our stories, shall we? The first one we had, there was a turkey brining in tequila that burst into flames. Ryder, do you have a guess as to where this went down?
Okay, I'm guessing Texas on this one, and it's all process of elimination because if it was Wisconsin, it would have been a deep fryer, and they would have used Leinenkugels, not tequila in the oven. And
Right.
Florida, I just don't think cares about their fowl that much.
Okay, I like that. I like that process of. I like that deductive reasoning. Fletcher?
You know what? I was kind of on the same track as Ryder there, except for I just made it simply, it's turkey, it's meat, and it's being brined in alcohol, and so that must be Wisconsin.
All right, Nikki, what's the answer?
Wisconsin.
Damn
There's one for Fletcher.
Yeah,
bang.
All right.
Nailed it.
All right.
All right, now we've got a gentleman who, while driving drunk, decided to add to his woes by ripping out a tremendous burnout, trying to impress the ladies, as one does. 100 feet of burnout, in fact, which is impressive, sober or otherwise. Ryder, what do you think?
Okay, I'm going to go with Wisconsin on this one. I've met men from Wisconsin, and they do have limited ideas on impressing women.
Nice, Fletcher.
All right. If it was in Florida, this would have been a sports car.
Okay.
In Wisconsin, they don't know how to do burnouts. And so a pickup truck doing a burnout must be in Texas.
All right, Nikki, what do we got?
Florida.
Ooh.
Florida. Come on. Man, he was so close to going 3 for 3.
Felt right. The reasoning felt right.
I know. It's tough. We can't all be Nikki. You know what I mean?
I know. You're right.
All right, final story. Passenger coming back home from some other place. The baggage customs officials find human remains in the luggage. Ryder, what do you got?
Okay, so we've got a world traveler here. So they probably have never been to this country before. Everything they know about America, they learned from the internet, and they're thinking they can get away with it in Florida.
Okay. Fletcher?
You know what? I'm just going to go with similar reasoning. I also say Florida.
All right, Nikki, what do we got?
Florida.
Bang! There it is.
That one checked out for sure. Yeah.
All right.
Dang it. So close.
Came back around. Well done.
Nice.
Nikki, congratulations. You got tickets to see Adam Sandler. That's a little under a month, October 22nd at the Grand Casino Reno. Have fun. I'm sure you will.
Yeah, Nikki's in Maple
Thank you.
Grove.
Very excited.
As well you should be. Thanks for calling in, Nikki. Congratulations.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. 2009, maybe 2010, I was in Portland, Oregon. I had a night off on tour, and I went to a club to see Danny Harrison. That is George Harrison's son, and his band play. And I and everyone else in the club, every now and again, you'd freeze because he sounds just like George when he sang. Wow. But then when he would turn his face certain directions and smile a half smile, he looked exactly like George Harrison. And there were moments in the show when you were like, I'm looking at George Harrison.
Spooky.
It was really crazy and spooky and warming and all that stuff. And I was watching everybody you'd look at it and be like, whoa, like we all knew what we were saying. Yeah. And I was thinking of that. There's an interview Jacob Dylan gave. He was on Mark Maron's podcast, and he said people always ask him to do Dylan songs, Bob Dylan songs, his father's songs.
Right.
And he said, I never do that because I know there's just going to be people in the audience like squinting when they look at me pretending I'm my dad, which is an odd sort of thing to do because when I hear Jacob Dylan, I squint and pretend it's Bob. Right. See? What if Bob was singing this one? Yeah, play that groove right there. Yeah. I mean, it would kind of be cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What if Bob did a cover of? What if Bob Dylan's next album was Wallflowers covers?
That actually would be really cool.
That'd be cooking. Okay, here's today's last word. Mm-hmm. Let's go back to the Cold War, 1950s.
Oh, good.
A U.S. soldier, a grunt, a low man on the totem pole. Let's call him Johnny.
All right.
Just because that's a good name.
Yeah.
Johnny is in Landsberg, West Germany. He is a highly proficient Morse code operator, and his job is to monitor Soviet communications, intercepting Soviet Morse code and other methods of communication during the Cold War. And on March 5th, 1953, he intercepted a message. He transcribed it. It was a coded message that the Soviets were letting someone else know that Joseph Stalin was very ill, the leader of the Soviet Union.
Uh-oh.
He relayed this information to his superiors. He was the first American to learn of Stalin's impending death. Later that same night, a message came around confirming Stalin had died.
No.
And the Soviet Union wanted nobody outside of their own universe to know this. That same soldier, young Johnny, let's call him, he was like, got this one, boom, transcribes it, sends it up the ladder. That message goes all the way to President Eisenhower, who now we knew Stalin was dead. That was a significant piece of information that was very helpful. And President Eisenhower spoke specifically to this soldier and said, hey, thanks, Johnny Cash.
No.
Are you serious?
Yes.
See Johnny Cash?
Johnny Cash
Men in Black.
was the first American to know that Joseph Stalin was dead.
Dude.
How about
crazy.
that?
Wow.
So get off his back for popping all those pills in the 60s. He earned it.
Before he was the man in black, he was the man in army green.
Damn straight he
Wow.
was. Tomorrow on Gorman in the Morning, as he pronounces it, Kyle MacLachlan. I would have said McLaughlin. McLaughlin.
I still think it's McLaughlin.
He says it himself. Agent Cooper from Twin Peaks.
Hell yeah.
The man from Blue Velvet and
yeah.
so many. I mean, my God. Portlandia, Sex and the City. Kyle MacLachlan's on the show tomorrow. We're going to play Beat the Jock. That's right for Kevin James tickets.
Wow.
Next on this very radio station, Paul Fletcher.
I got 2 keywords for $1,000 at 12:30 and 2:30. Be listening for that. Also, cool tracks I don't play too often from Lou Reed, Zeppelin, and Garbage in the 10 a.m. hour.
I'm looking forward to all of that. Keep it right here on Minnesota's 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the Morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the Morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.